On the news, low voter turnout as INEC holds by and rerun elections in 26 states. INEC suspends rerun elections in Enugu, Kano, Akwa Ibom constituencies due to disruptions. And Governor Sanwo-Olu visits China airport construction company in Beijing over Lekki Airport. Thank you for joining us on News Now. I'm Simisola Adigun. Collation of results have commenced in polling units across 26 states of the Federation where by and rerun elections in both national and state assemblies were in 80 local government areas were held. Owing to open vacancies in both national and state assemblies in the country, INEC conducted the by and rerun elections on Saturday, February 3, 2024. In Lagos, election observers have described the process as peaceful, free and fair. TV360's correspondent Chidi Igwe completes this report.
The long-anticipated House of Representatives by-elections in 26 states of the nation saw citizens come out from all parts of the participating states to exercise their rights. Here in Lagos at polling unit 014 were the Chief of Staff of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, who happened to be the immediate past Speaker of the House of Representatives, cast his vote. Everything went orderly. The service chief and APC statesman threw their weight behind the APC candidate Faud Laguda as the right candidate to take up the responsibility.
It's a mixture of feelings, a potpourri of feelings, but I'm happy that we're voting for a candidate who I know, a candidate who has pedigree, a candidate who's committed, a candidate who's people focused, and I believe Faud Laguda will do well. Take it from me.
It's just a federal constituency election, 1 out of 20 in Lagos. And you know who is representing here before, Baja. So this is Baja constituency. That's why all of us have been on the street, even though I don't vote here, but we need to make people to vote because we want Lagoda to win, the anointed candidate. Who is who in this corridor knows that Byelections has left an indelible mark in the sands of times in this Surere.
The INEC Resident Electoral Commissioner for Lagos, Abayami Salami, urged electorates to cooperate with the INEC officials to ensure a free and fair election.
I want to please plead with the political stakeholders to play by the rules and cooperate and collaborate with INEC to ensure we have a very free and fair election. But so far, the collaboration has been very good. We've been able to understand one another and work together collaboratively. The security agencies have been very excellent in terms of their duties. You can see that there's massive deployment, and then so far there's peace everywhere, and everything is going smoothly.
Electorates in Surulere say the by-election is peaceful, though the turnout was poor.
Based on the election, what I have seen right now, I think the area is cool and calm. There is no any crisis, no any issue right now. But it's peaceful.
And the point is that everything went fine. People come out in the marks and vote. And the security, everything is in order. No, I didn't see any restriction on it.
Yeah, it's no problem. The election is very, very smooth and fine. I participate. I walk around the whole area. Everybody, people that is voting, no single disturbance. Everywhere was calm, and police security everywhere is free. There is no disturbance.
Election observers commended INEC for peaceful conduct of by and rerun elections, which they describe as free and fair, as both law enforcers and electorates played their parts in the process. Chidi Igwe, TV360 News, Lagos.
There was low voter turnout in the by-election for Surulere 1 federal constituency in the House of Representatives on Saturday, February 3. The seat in the lower legislative chamber became vacant due to the resignation of the former occupant, Femi Gbajabiamila, who, after winning, was appointed President Bola Tinubu's chief of staff. Well, for more updates, let's join our correspondent, Sydney Okafor, who is on standby at the Surulere 1 federal constituency, where collation of results are ongoing. Sydney, if you can hear me by now, collation results, of course, have commenced. What's the general situation there?
All right, Simisola. Well, you know, this by-election was announced since January 4, and the whole process kicked off from different political parties since the 5th to 9th of January 2024. And indeed, coalition is about to commence. But if you could see right behind me here now, these are some of the journalists waiting for the INEC officials to come out for this particular collation. And if my camera can pan to this side, you could see that these collation officers, they are just arriving and to take all their stuff, also their materials, to inside the INEC office themselves, so they can do the final collating and bring it outside for them to announce the result. But presently now at the INEC office in Surulere area here, the whole place is peaceful, is calm, and the security men are also at alert. Everything is fine, there is no issue. They are doing their job accordingly. So we are just waiting for the whole collation officers to bring all the materials from their different polling units. Remember, it's just 6 polling units, and we are waiting for them to bring it up. But according to what I got earlier on, they said some of them will get here as soon as possible.
All right, now we understand that there was low voter turnout in the Surulere 1 federal constituency, just like in other places where voting took place. Now, did anybody give reasons for this?
Well, about the voters turnout, low voters turnout, people I inquired from why there is no much voter turnout for this by-election. Some of them attributed it to loss of confidence, and some of them say there was not much education about the awareness, let me use the word awareness, of this particular by-election. And if you could remember vividly that the immediate past speaker was the person that oversees the Surulere 1 federal constituency, and now he has left there due to the resignation from his position after President Bola Ahmed Tinubu appointed him as the chief of staff to his administration, that paved way for these seats to be left open. But regardless of that, people are just saying that there is no much awareness, just like the general election, where you know that the whole media will be given the notice that there's going to be an election. But this one, they all attributed it, saying that there is no much awareness about the by-election. Simisola.
Sydney, thank you very much for the update. That was our correspondent, Sydney Okafor, giving us details of the situation at the Surulere 1 federal constituency here in Lagos. Meanwhile, the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) says it has suspended the ongoing rerun elections in specific constituencies in Enugu, Akwa Ibom, and Kano states due to the disruptions, irregularities, and abduction of election officials. INEC disclosed this through its National Commissioner and Chairman, Information and Voter Education Committee, Sam Olumekun, on Saturday. The affected areas are Enugu South 1 State Constituency, Enugu State, Ikono Ini Federal Constituency, Akwa Ibom State, and Kunchi Tanyawa State Constituency, Kano State. The decision comes after INEC earlier said it was monitoring cases of thuggery and hijacking of electoral materials in these states. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has met with the management team of the China Airport Construction Company on Friday at its headquarters in Beijing, China, to express the desire of the state government to construct and complete its Lekki Airport project as soon as possible. The governor disclosed this during his visit to the Beijing subway, specifically to inspect the signaling system in use in the capital city. This report has more details. Governor Sanwo-Olu's working visit to Beijing, China, is in continuation of his infrastructural development drive and the vision to make Lagos work better, smarter, and more efficiently. The Lagos State government plans to build an additional airport in the state to complement the existing Murtala Mohammed Airport. Speaking with the management team of the China Airport Construction Company, Governor Sanwo-Olu says the visit is part of efforts to identify real partners who understand the potential of the plan and begin the process.
Some of us that are not experts in train operations are listening, but we can pick some bit of a sense in what you're saying. We know too well that the CBTC system is what is required and what will help, even in a system like ours. We are just trying to develop, our own integrated system, signaling system, but we know that's the way to go. And like you said, it's a system that is scalable, right? I mean, as you increase, your stock, your in stock, right? You can enhance the operationality, of the system.
Governor Sanwo-Olu also expressed the Lagos State government's desire to have train operations with a signaling system that brings in the best with efficiency, safety, security, and the best technology available.
We want to ensure that in Lagos, we bring in the very best with efficiency, with safety, with security, and as much as possible with the best technology that is available. We know that we are certainly not going to be starting with driverless trains. We have a huge population like yourselves, so we want drivers to be inside the train, and be able to to contribute. It's interesting to also see how some of those operations are carried out. How the routine activity of each of those drivers when they get to each station is carried out.
In its presentation, the management team of the China Airport Construction Company indicated its readiness to partner with the Lagos State government to realize the airport construction project.
But we've always thought that Nigeria is the most, the West African country among all the West African countries is the one with the most potential and most growth to be expected.
The governor says the Lagos State government will continue to strengthen collaborations with companies around the world for effective delivery of infrastructural development in the state. Simisola Adigun, TV 360 News. In its campaign against production of alcoholic beverages in sachets and PET bottles below 200 milliliters, the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, has conducted an inspection of bottles and packaging production companies in Ogun State. The NAFDAC team, led by the Assistant Director of Investigation and Enforcement Directorate, Kunle Ojo, had its first inspection at Better Glass PLC, a production company with the smallest bottle size being 75 milliliters, meant for pharmaceutical drugs. The second visit was to VP Industrial Limited, a packaging company in production of polythene wrappers for biscuits, detergent, amongst others. NAFDAC had earlier given an ultimatum of January 31st, 2024 for production companies to put an end to their production of alcoholic beverages below 200 milliliters to curb illegal consumption by minors below 18 years of age, including its abuse by youths and adults in the country. African leaders have been advised to focus attention on cultural initiatives as a driving force for unity, social cohesion, and sustainable development on the continent as stakeholders prepare to stage the Jet Age Nation Builders Conference in Abuja. While fielding questions from journalists on the conference, the Chief Executive Officer, Hopes Alive Initiative, Olori Temitope Ogunwusi, the wife of the Oni of Ife, emphasized the need for government to address the root causes of terrorism and violent extremism. On his part, convener of the conference, Young Piero, who also doubles as the Africa Union coordinator for Jet Age Nation Builders, says as Africa continues to redirect its focus to exploring African possibilities, the discussion stands as a backdrop for a transformative agenda. The event, tagged the Africa We Want 2024, which borders on designing strategic frameworks and agenda setting for the Black community, is slated for April 3rd to 5th, 2024, and will play host to some global investors, the diplomatic community, as well as industry leaders from across Africa and beyond.
If we connect together, there is power in unity. what is most important is for us to have the mindset that we can actually be one. And when we're one, then we can move the mountains. Our mindsets must change, that there is no difference between us. We're one Africa. One Africa must stand, and one Africa must come to showcase the power, the potentials that we have, and we can enjoy what God has blessed us with as Africans.
Through this conference, we want to showcase our important things, especially the resources, natural resources, the talented youths we have in Nigeria and Africa by extension, and also the desire to make sure that this the bad negative things, perception they have about Nigeria and Africa changed.
In line with the African Union Agenda 2063, we know we cannot do it all alone. That is why we're calling on our brothers, friends of Africa, blacks in America and everywhere in the world, to come back and join us. Let's join us together and build a Africa that should be of interest to every one of us. We keep hearing people saying negative things about us, but no, we're not, that is not true. We are friendly. And when presidents, head of state in Africa are saying you should come back home, they seek to partner with you. And it is time we look inward to address our key problems.
We'll take a short break here, but still to come. CBN says no plans to convert $30 billion domiciliary deposits to Naira. Details when we return.
Opinions are free, facts are sacred, but truth is universal.
How, in practical terms, can we, for instance, de-escalate the tension?
President must see himself as the President of the Federal Republic.
We know where the enemy is. 3 places. The Lake Chad Basin, the border area between Nigeria and Cameroon, and then the Sambisa Forest.
On Digi 360, we give you a complete dose of everything. Opinion, facts, and undiluted truth.
I hardly believe what politicians say in this part of the world.
A new Nigeria is possible, a future is possible.
We delve into the issues, dissect it so that you can understand it, use it to take action.
I don't think there's any need for any governor to look for grant for ranching.
Digi 360, dissecting the issues.
Welcome back. Here's a recap of our top stories. Collation of results have commenced in polling units across 26 states of the Federation, where by and rerun elections in both national and state assemblies in 80 local government areas were held. Owing to open vacancies in both the national and state assemblies in the country, INEC conducted the by and rerun elections on Saturday, February 3, 2024. Although election observers described the electoral process as peaceful, free and fair, there was low voter turnout in the by-elections in all states where elections took place. We also told you that the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, says it has suspended the ongoing rerun elections in specific constituencies in Enugu, Akwa Ibom, and Kano states due to disruptions, irregularities, and abduction of election officials. The affected areas are Enugu South 1 State Constituency, Enugu State, Ikono Ini Federal Constituency, Akwa Ibom State, and Kunchi Sanyawa State Constituency, Kano State. The decision came after INEC earlier said it was monitoring cases of thuggery and hijacking of electoral materials in these states. Now, in case you missed any of our news bulletins or for more updates, you can catch us on Limex World TV or log on to our website on www.tv360nigeria.com. You can also follow us on our social media platforms on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at TV360 Nigeria, or download our mobile app on Google Play Store, Huawei App Gallery, and Apple Store. On Facebook, we're at TV360 Online.
In the last 3 years, we have built a multi-purpose center, which is the envy of all in our constituency. And I can tell you that the people who are living there are already enjoying it.
Guy, do you think what this man just said is true? See, I seriously doubt. I'm sure it's one of those their silly lies.
Wait, do you know there's a way to find out if these things he's saying is true or not? This is the Construct app. It gives people like us a sure way to track implementation of constituency projects. It gives valid and verified information on location of projects, amounts allocated, amount funded, the level of job done, and even the profiles of concerned legislators. You and I can post directly on this app.
Are you serious?
This is the Go-To app if you want to know how our Commonwealth is being expanded by the government.
Wow. Let's even see if what this man said is true. Show me.
The Construct app is developed by Other People Nigeria with support from USAID and is available on both Google Play Store and Apple Store.
And it's true.
Of course, I told you.
In business, the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has said there is no plan to convert $30 billion domiciliary deposits to Naira. Reports emerged that the federal government and the Apex Bank were considering the conversion of foreign currencies in domiciliary accounts of citizens to Naira to stabilize Nigeria's currency, which earlier this week recorded its worst performance in history. However, the Apex Bank dismissed the report as fake news in a post on Saturday, urging the public to disregard such speculations. The Apex Bank's reaction comes 2 days after it ordered deposit money banks, DMBs, to sell their excess dollar stock latest February 1, 2024, as part of moves to stabilize the nation's volatile exchange rate. As reactions trail Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN's directive instructing deposit money banks, DMBs, to promptly sell their surplus dollar reserves in an effort to stabilize the nation's fluctuating exchange rate, experts have acknowledged the positive side of the Apex Bank's move, describing it as a commendable development. Speaking to TV 360 Nigeria, Economist Segun Shokwiton says the policy aims to compel banks to release their underutilized forex, allowing those in need to access it.
It's an interesting development. We'll have to continue to monitor what's going on. Recently as yesterday, it would appear as though central bank, the federal government, has devalued the naira further, and the official exchange rate is almost over 100 naira higher than parallel market rates. Now, if this happens, what that would mean is that demand would naturally shift. Before we can say that this is the case and see this actually happen, we would have to wait to see what the central bank does with the regulatory requirements for participating in the official markets, the exchange control regulations and policies. What kind of documentation would you be required to bring in order to, to pay the school fees abroad, in order to pay for your medical expenses?
In France, 3 people have been wounded in a knife attack at the Gare de Lyon train station, Paris. The suspect, according to authorities, who carried residency papers from Italy and medicines suggesting he was undergoing treatment, was quickly taken into custody after the attack on Saturday. There have been several knife attacks in Paris in the recent past. Back in December 2023, a tourist was killed and 2 others wounded near the Eiffel Tower. In January last year, 6 people were injured after stabbing at the capital's Gare de Lyon. Well, up next is Entertainment Report on News Now.
Singer and co-founder of Five Star Music, Casey, has criticized his former signee Harrison for claiming he wrote most of his hit song while he was signed to the label. Harrison has continually called out Casey and his brother and business partner E-Money over allegations of holding his musical rights. He also claimed he wrote most of the Limpopo Corners hit song. However, reacting to the latest episode of the Afrobeat podcast, Casey said Harrison was still in the village with his grandmother when he won Star Quest talent show with his former partner, Presh, and got signed to Kenny's Music, where they released 3 albums. He pointed out that it has been 8 years since Harrison left 5 Star Music, and he is still producing hits without him in the label. Veteran actors Sam Dede and Chiwetelago are set to return for the remake of a movie, Isakaba, which they featured in decades ago. The 5-part movie, which was initially produced by the late filmmaker Chukwuka Imenwonwu and Moses of Moscow Production in 2001, is being remade by a popular filmmaker, Lancelot Immersion. The movie will also feature Fina, Mark Angel, Charles Okafor, and Ben Olaye, amongst others. Speaking on why he's remaking the movie, Lancelot said the reboot became necessary due to popular demands by fans on social media platforms. And that's all on the entertainment segment of news now. Ogechukwu Kekwe, TV360, Lagos.
And in sports, Super Eagles goalkeeper Stanley Nwabali has equaled former shot-stopper Best Ogidegbe's 44-year record after keeping another clean sheet in Nigeria's 1-0 quarterfinals win over Angola at the ongoing Africa Cup of Nations AFCON in Ivory Coast. The Eagles beat the Palancas Nagra on Friday to progress to the semi-finals of the 34th edition of the AFCON as they continue their quest to win the tournament for the 4th time. Nwabali, just like Ogidegbe, conceded a goal in the opening game against Equatorial Guinea, keeping clean sheets against Ivory Coast, Guinea-Bissau, Cameroon, and Angola. The 37-year-old becomes the first Eagles goalkeeper to keep 4 consecutive clean sheets in a major tourney in 44 years, surpassing Aloy Ago's 3 games in a row in 1990. But that's all on News Now. Thank you for watching. We'll see you again next time. Bye for now.